We'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's a little bit after lunchtime on a very sunny day, and got an exciting video for you. Gypsy is gravid, so we're going to be working on a lay box for Gypsy with hopefully a better sand to soil mixture and solve the egg problem that we've been having here. And we're also going to get those last 2 roof panels done and get the baby quail moved out into the grow out enclosure for them. So I've got my cart all loaded up with all my power tools and hydration because it's going to be hot, especially standing on top of that roof. And I'm going to get started on those. I'm out by the enclosure now, and I have my last 2 14-foot roof panels. It's nice having a like a country type feed store that has these in 2-foot increments, I think well into like the 20-something foot range, whereas living in the city or by a city before, I think we were limited to whatever short lengths Home Depot had, and not even the same material. I like this material, and it's super wide. So 2 more panels should fit this last roof. I believe this is the enclosure that I'm gonna move the babies to grow out in, and it did have a gap in its roof. It's funny, this sand that we put in here, the mildew is actually growing on it, and the worms are pushing up so hard that it's almost not white anymore. And the elevation has really compacted down. So we're gonna have to very soon move some more dirt in here. Plants seem to be doing fine. Let me get started on those roof panels. Probably gonna shove them both up there. And then I've gotta get this panel, I didn't screw the last, I think, foot of it. I gotta slide the new panel underneath it. It doesn't make sense working this way, but it will make sense. We'll just be able to overlap working that way. And another thing I'm doing, if I could show you guys from the ladder, the screws that I had was from doing another roof job, previous roof job. I had a whole bunch left over. With the size of the corrugation on this panel, it's just not a lot of penetration. Maybe 1/4 to 3/8 penetration. I bought some much longer screws. I'm gonna leave what's existing on the middle, but I am gonna redo all of these outside screws with the new longer screws, front and back, just so there's no way the wind can ever lift up and get a screw loose. In fact, I did have 1 screw on the front over here. That's what made me realize the problem, that I could not get to grab. So it was probably shooting into a knot in the 4x4, and it just wouldn't grab well. So I'm gonna do that as well while I'm up here. It's hot, but it could be hotter. So I'm gonna hurry up and get it done today. First off, have you guys noticed how nice it is to not have Mark crowing at me constantly? The chickens are all here peacefully, and I can turn my back on them. Well, the chickens and the turkey. And I don't have to worry about a rooster attacking me when I turn my back. Sorry, Kagan. I am so happy that Mark is gone. All right, I have the 2 roof panels done. So nice to finish something and to put the much longer screws along the edge. Now I know that I'm not concerned about wind ever lifting it up. They have a considerable amount of bite, probably 1.25 inches biting into the wood as opposed to the other ones. And I did that front, back, and sides. So, and you can see this laid out perfect. About a 2-inch, 1.5 to 2-inch overhang. Remember, it doesn't have to stay 100% dry. Really, it's about shade. It's not about rain, it's about sun. So they'll have plenty of protection from the sun, and I've already gotten the comments about more plants. Remember, this is just initially to start it up. We will quickly get some big bushy plants where we have this wood, probably on the back side of that wood, maybe next to their little lay box. We're gonna put plenty of plants in there to give them security. But we haven't had stressed out quail. If you remember, they were sitting out here in those racks in the open. they've been very exposed for a very long time. It's more so the new quail that we're gonna have to worry about. So these guys are not alarmed about not having as much protection. They've never had it. So anything we give them will just be better and better. That's it for this project until we move the quail outside. That'll be later in this video. I need to pull my tool cart. The golf cart, which has been essential for maintaining this property, is broken down. My buddy Johnny's helping me rebuild the motor. So on top of all this, yeah, it's never ending. I actually had a cart that I was pulling behind the lawnmower, and one of the tires has been leaking air, and now it's to the point where it won't hold air at all. So, and it's a John Deere lawn tractor that goes behind your lawnmower or tractor, and it's just gonna be it's not a tire I can run to Harbor Freight and pick up. It's a little bigger. Gypsy and Diesel are probably just about done mating, and she is going to start scratching the dirt and looking for a lay box. There is no lay box in her enclosure, so she is in here. So this is a perfect opportunity to build another new lay box. I know you guys are tired of seeing me build lay boxes, but hopefully we're solving a problem with this lay box, and we're gonna get into some sand issues on this. I have talked time and time again about the dirt that I had delivered to my property. This is Okeechobee dirt. It has a lot of decaying plant matter in it. Okeechobee and the surrounding areas, there's the giant lake, and everything else around it is kind of like, do you want to call it a floodplain? It would flood. Obviously, without a levee, the lake would spread out and grow, and the swamps would grow around it. Oh, the mosquitoes are fired up right now. And so everything has a ton of plant matter in it. It's great soil for growing stuff, but one, it's staining up our monitors, and I can't stand the fact that everyone is stained with that dark mud. And two, it's not allowing the water to drain in the lay boxes, and it's causing a problem. I think the eggs are drowning before we even dig them up. So I spent $400, let's see, $375, and had a load of sand dropped off at the property. And I requested well draining sand. I was gonna change my mixture in my lay boxes so they would drain better, and I think that was gonna solve all my problems. But here's the load of sand. Super excited to have it dropped off. God, it seems really good up there, but that right there, you could see there's moisture in the sand all the way at the top of this hill. And what's down here? Let's see if I can get it to do it. Now this is way above ground level. Look at the water. Can you guys see the water that is just from me tamping my foot? The water that's in this, it's like a sponge. I think it's gonna do the same thing as that other soil. Totally different color, but it's gonna do the same thing. So I asked for well draining sand, and what I got was probably a very fine sand. And very fine sand acts almost like a sandy mud. And I think I could still use this for topping off the enclosures, but this is not gonna solve my problem for the lay boxes. Before I order another expensive load of dirt, I think I'm gonna buy a couple bags of play sand. And what I need is a coarse sand. Every area has their different dirts that are available for the guys to deliver. And then everything beyond that is an exotic aggregate, something that's shipped in, brought in from further away, and that stuff will get pricey. Apparently what's inexpensive here seems to be muddier, and maybe I need just plain fill dirt would probably be good, or like foundation dirt. I don't know exactly how to order it here properly, but I need to build that lay box and get that right. But I do want to see what this does in an enclosure, and I have the last one in this row we still never put dirt in it. So here's an opportunity to put that stuff in here and go 100% with that clean. And maybe I dig that one out and make that one clean, and this is where our albinos go at the end of this row. I think I have to order some more 4-foot. I have to finish this roof. There's a couple things I need to do before I could actually finish these enclosures, but I would like to get this sand in here and see how it settles in. See, this seems to drain off pretty good. It just stains the animals. So I just want to put it in here and see how it compares. I think it's within $25 of a load of the other stuff. And then beyond that, I'm hitting mosquitoes while I'm talking to you. We can look for an enclosure that's low. I would love to put it in with the white throats. Let's see where Frosty's enclosure, if I can top that off. Maybe I'll be able to do that. Oh man, that female is digging. I wonder if she didn't stinking lay. It looks like she did. Put sand on top of all this and see if I can change the way the enclosure looks. So I'm gonna get started with the tractor and put dirt into the end of that other row. So now we're gonna go over to the hallway. Oh shoot, they have their door still open. I need Diesel out of this enclosure. I didn't think he was in here. I need him out of this enclosure to be able to do Gypsy's box. I thought he was already separated, but you know what? I think I quickly separated and closed the door and didn't get to latch it. I think because Gypsy was like right there, so I was able to just sneak the door shut. What I'll do is start pulling some of the materials and shovels and stuff I need around. He should go into a hide box if he sees me moving stuff around quite a bit. While we're out here, I see Conan out. He's looking good. And hey buddy, you okay? Man, you have length. I tell you what, you're every bit of 4.5 feet plus with all that tail. But he should hit a growth spurt. Those males typically get to about that size, and I feel like they slow down a little bit, and then they hit another spurt. Let's see who else is out on this hallway while we're here and looking. It's been insanely rainy. This summer is not like last summer. Last summer was wet, but this summer has been just insane, the amount of rain. Guru female is digging to lay eggs. She has dirt all over. She's got her face sticking out. Hopefully you guys could see that out of her lay box. She's got dirt all over her face. So she's steady digging. Well, Gus is away. Pinky's out. I don't see Lily either. Now the sun's been out and now it just got overcast, so they should have a little bit of afternoon fun. Start swimming and everything. Let me start moving the tools around and see if we can get Diesel to choose his hide box. Actually, I would prefer that he chooses the hide box in the other enclosure. Hey, big guy. He is a big black dragon. As far as stature, he is extremely husky. You can see the 4 toes on each of his front legs. If you remember, he came to me, well actually on every foot is missing a toe. That had something to do with the way they captured him. Pretty sad. He is a wild caught male. Alright, you can see he's breathing a little heavier. I'll go and get the flat shovel because we actually have to dig out this area right here. This will be where her lay box will be. So let me start pulling the tools out and I'm sure he'll go and find a spot to hide. Like always on the property, there's 1,000,001 things to do. Kagan is moving dirt into her rabbit enclosures. And while I'm waiting for Diesel to move into the hide box, I decided to come and put a latch on these pass-through gates. I've had nothing but just the chain that we've been flopping over. Now stay shut, keep the chickens and the turkey on the back half of the property, no problem. Although on this other side I did mismeasure my spacing. My spacing's totally fine for a working door, but for that latch system I needed that extra space. And I don't know why I changed my mind. Maybe I felt like I had too much space on the other side. You know how I just get out here and start working. I got this doorway. It's the appropriate amount of room for the hinge side. It is tight on this side, which seems right if you're gonna leave it chained, but I would like that pass-through latch. Look how much standing water we have on that low spot. Again, now you can see those low spots, they will get leveled off with dirt and then they won't hold water. It'll run to the ditch. It's just because it's low. It can be easily remedied. What I'm gonna try and do is adjust the hinges in as far as I can and see if I don't grab enough space to use that hinge system. I think I can do it. All right, it's getting late in the day because, you know, nothing ever goes as it seems. This second pass-through grate, the solution was to, like I said, I screwed that in till all the way tight to the hinges. That's as tight as I'm gonna get it. And then what I had to do, this latch wouldn't even clear the post. So I marked where the latch system would go. I went up, you could see about 3/8 of an inch top and bottom, marked it with the square, cut it with the skill saw to give myself a nice straight line. And then I fired up the router and I plunged it 3/4 of an inch in and just gutted a little bit of that 4x6. And now it latches perfectly. Now, it's not gonna work opening the gate this way, but my land comes up this way anyway, and the gates, none of these 3 gates swing this way. So ultimately, that's the perfect solution. Lastly, just for the pass-through gate, all I've got to do is get a fender washer, put it on over here, and just have it where we can latch where the, you know, the chain fits into that little groove. Just something simple like that. This one will stay shut most of the time. We can put a padlock on it if we want, but really it's within our locked property. It's just to keep the animals in and open up, because I believe we're gonna park our trailers in the back. I'm gonna finish up this chain. Diesel is still out. Kagan went and kind of talked to him for a little bit. He moved where he was on the shelf, but he didn't go away. What I may do is try and sneak in there and block that hide box, so at the end of the day he chooses his enclosure. I may even put that hide box, maybe I'll just take it and move it into this enclosure, and that way they both choose one in there, and I could put boards on both of them, get this knocked out, and get her set up to start digging, because she's pretty big and everything is wet. There's really nothing for her to start exploratory digging into. Oh yeah, wait, there's some digs right there. So she is starting to dig, but it's sopping wet. So she really, and at that other door. So she is starting to dig. She needs that lay box ASAP. Come on, Diesel. You gotta go find your hide box, buddy. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I know I came in a little loud. All right, I'm just gonna sit here and let him slowly move away. I came in a little loud, Diesel. I'm sorry. You're okay, buddy. You're totally okay. All right, he's probably just gonna slowly walk away. He may just go into that hide box. He's a girthy boy. What do you think, man? I definitely came in talking a little loud. That was just a little bit much for him. So I'm just gonna back off. I don't want him to tail whip. I don't ever want him to tail whip or run off crazy fast. I don't like that when they do that. I'd rather him see me walk away and there's no bad experience. Let me finish this last gate latch, and all I could do is maybe move some of the materials out there for today and move those boxes. And that last latch is done. Just a simple fender washer and a screw. Clears nicely. And that'll keep it shut right there. Only thing I would like to do is maybe a drop down leg on this So when I open it all the way up, I can drop a leg down and spike it into the earth right there, so the gate doesn't swing and hit the truck or trailer as we're backing stuff in. And it would be nice, I know you can always put something there, a post or something to chain it as well, but then there's something else to cut around with the lawnmower. I don't need any more things to cut around. I'm already gonna plant as many fruit trees as I can on this back property, so there'll already be plenty to cut around. It looks like he came off the shelf. Let me see what I can't move over there now. All right, I have the area dug out for the lay box. And let's talk about dirt. This is the dirt that came out of that area. And if you can see, it's dark mud. This is way above elevation, but you see that the mud, you can actually pump water up through it. What happens is the female will lay the eggs in the dirt, and then she packs it down to hide where she laid the eggs, is it brings all that moisture up to the eggs, and there's no longer any air for the eggs. And I think that the eggs are drowning. To solve that problem, I was like, all right, I need to order some sand, put away money, and I ordered sand, and I specified well draining sand. It's almost like the white version of the black dirt. It's doing the same exact thing. So I had to buy bags of play sand because I know that that's larger grains and it's gonna drain. I'm gonna have to build this box and mix the play sand in with this. And I'm gonna have to mix it up. I don't know how many bags I'm gonna use. I bought 6 bags. So let me get this sucker built real quick. I'm not gonna bore you with the construction because you guys have seen it many times, but we will start back up on the mixture. Try and get that right. Get the heat pad in here. Gypsy is separated out of here. She is actually next door with him again. And it's really at the time where she should be separated from him. So try and knock this out and get her back in here. I had to take a break from the lay box. We have the quail ready to be released into their enclosure. So here's all the little baby quail. If I could just tilt this softly for them and let them all run out. Kind of the only way I'm gonna be able to do it and hold the camera. Here you go, guys. Now they haven't seen this food thing, but there we go. As soon as one starts, when they see where the food's at, they are gonna be all about it. That one's got some pretty yellow on its face. Come on, guys. There you go. There you go. Look how pretty you are. All right, they're on the ground. The next batch of quail. Very cool. I think we have a whole bunch in the incubator that are ready to hatch out as well. If you look out there, hopefully I can zoom in editing and show you. There's some wild Bob Whites just trucking through the yard as I'm doing the video. But I think I'm gonna have to call it quits. It's getting pretty dark. I did get this almost finished. We have some of the roof pieces cut. There's a roof piece over there. I still have to do the little cut pieces for the entry. And I did throw one bag of play sand in there. What I need to do is get a couple shovels of dirt and start mixing it up, and we'll do that in the video tomorrow. I think Kagan and I are gonna go kayak fishing tomorrow morning. We need a break. We were gonna go all day, but since we didn't finish this video, I think we'll just set a time limit and come back and get this done. And plus I need to get those 2 animals separated. They seem very calm together, but never take that for granted. So I think that's it for today. I think it's already after 7. So maybe it's 7:30, I don't even know. I'm gonna pick this stuff up and get the kayaks ready real quick for fishing. And we may be videotaping tomorrow, I'm not sure. I know it doesn't do well, but I need to get a couple videos ahead. Because this rushing is not working. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, it's the next day. Gypsy's in the corner right now trying to dig. She's ready to start digging. So I finished up this lay box. I'll lift the lid out of the way. The heat pad is on. You can see the indicator light. Hopefully you guys can see it. I can see it well. Yeah, it's glowing red. Feel the heat coming off of it. And I already put that one bag of sand in. So what I'm gonna do is set you guys up, and I'm gonna put some dirt in there, and I'm gonna take the shovel and mix it up and see what our ratio is gonna be. That mud 50-50 to the sand or something around that, and get this sucker filled up, and hopefully it works. All right, guys, I just hosed myself off. That's hot. It is really hot out here, and to sit there and mix that by hand. What was it, 6 bags of 50 for sand, equal that in dirt. So was that 500 pounds dry with the mud being wet? I mean, it's like every time we empty this lay box, we're probably emptying 600-700 pounds of muddy soil. Hopefully this more aerated sand mixture is a little bit lighter, but hand mixing it was a bear. It's definitely a lot lighter in color than the ground, as you guys can see, with the sand mixed into it. I think that's a good level. I could have a little bit more on that side, but as you know, she's gonna get in there and start digging, and she's gonna fling a lot out of the entrance, so we're gonna have to top it off anyhow. Today's feeding day. We're doing another video from fishing and cast netting some mullet. So I'm gonna get some food in for her. Diesel is locked in his box. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the door for her to go in there, find food, and find that lay box. And hopefully we'll get her in there, and I'll get you a shot of her digging in the lay box by the end of this video. All right, guys, it's the end of the workday. And I say that because it's about to pour. And that means I'll have time to go inside and attend to editing this video. So I know ideally I said she would be in her lay box digging. She hasn't found it yet. Well, she's found the lay box, but she's sitting on it. She is just sitting on her lay box. She hasn't found the door to it yet, but there will be the next video, and the next video will show her in there digging. She absolutely will go in there. She'll be very happy to find it. It's all I can do, guys. If I wasn't working in between videos, I would have time to let this video sit and shoot another one or something like that quickly, and give you that happy ending. But no doubt she'll find it. We'll get some eggs from her, and then we'll time it out and get her with Slinky, and that'll be super cool. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Until next time.